Hello. I'm very hot right now, so I apologize if these readings are a little bit weird because my brain's a little fried. Yeah. So these are for the water signs um, for August 30th, the week of August 30th. All right. So Pisces. I already drew your cards because I kept getting interrupted, so they're here. um, so this week I have you as the comic and the gem. This is actually a super creepy card. If you look right in there, it's kind of serial killery a little bit. Not that you are, but it's kind of my Pepe the Frog card. But in this context, and in the context of the spread, which I'll elaborate on more, it's almost like you're the black sheep, you're the diamond in the rough, you're kind of the odd man out, or the one who, goes against the grain. And I'm picking up a lot of familial energy in this, so this might be um, your family, or it could even be just like your quote unquote family, like social circle, or if you have like a real work culture kind of thing. And the energy that I have is it's almost like you this week butting up against the medallion. So this is like tradition, this is like inherited legacy. So this is kind of like if your dad's a doctor, then you have to become a doctor kind of stuff. Obviously, you might not be, but it's that energy of like you, the black sheep, versus your parents, or it's that kind of. It can also be like an inner critic, where you're like, oh, I have to be doing these things, but I really want to be doing these things. So it might be like just extra loud this week. But this card also came up, the thread, and the way that this like looks together, and it's like, to me it's almost like presenting like it's the hand reaching for that thing they don't really want, they just inherited, you know what I mean, and go grasping further this week. It's like not being able to find the meaning in the job this week, or in the role, or in the thing you agreed to do, the thing that you don't really want to do but you do to make all these other people happy, or because you feel like you have to or you should. I'm feeling very should energy, especially with some other cards here in a second, but it's almost like asking you the question, like, is this what you want, or do you actually want something else? Do you want something that's more true to you, more aligned? Are you supposed to actually be on a different path? So you might be having like a lot of more internal conflict, internal turmoil. Um, and then um, and this is also my inner child card. So this came out. So this does again lead me to think that this is like kind of a parental or like inner critic that you inherited, where it's almost like you hear your dad's voice or your mom's voice or the teacher, the person that you looked up to. It's like their voice in the back of your head. So you're always kind of being pulled in two different directions. And that's how I'm actually seeing the Temperance card this week, which is usually more of my balance card, but it feels like pulled in two different directions energy. And it's like you really want to leave behind this thing that maybe made you really unhappy, didn't fulfill you, but it just seems like it's hazy. It's like, how do I take steps forward? How do I move forward from like being stuck in this obligation um, role that I didn't really sign up for, or that I like a path I got on that I didn't really realize I would be stuck on. So I mean, you might even be having a midlife crisis this week. I'm not sure, Pisces. Um, but I also drew this card, which leads me to, you know, it's like if you really want to get to the top, if you want to be the person, the somebody, the whoever it is that you really want to be, then you might have to listen to your your inner Pepe this week, um, because you are a gem. We'll just see if anything else wants to pop out for um, direction. What direction you should move in this week? I mean, always you have choice, right? Should. I just put a should on you after saying this is a week of shoulds, but you always have to trust your own guidance system. Oh, King of Swords. Yeah, this is decisive energy. This is like being strong, being firm, knowing exact. So if you are going to make a decision this week, if you are in some weird situation caught between like, you know, letting your freak flag fly and the obligation, the tradition, the inherited narrative, whatever you choose, you're going to have to just be swift, be stoic in your choice, be firm. This is what I want. We don't really even need to talk about it. I don't really have anything to say about it. I'm just going to do this or this. So some might be internal, and then you just take swift action. Yeah, so I hope if you are dealing with that kind of energy, that it goes well for you. Have a great week, Pisces. This reading is for Cancer. It's funny, a couple of the same cards came out that have come out in various readings. I'm seeing it totally differently, though. I'm seeing this as like you this week. So you're like the gem. Then you've got the Judge and Apocalypsis. The energy that I'm really getting out of this is like you could be just trying to work on your shit, just trying to, or keep your vibes high. It's like you just want to be alone, maybe to like focus and work on stuff, or yeah, like be in your whatever your happy zone is. Like could even just be reading, going fishing, or something. Like you just kind of want to be left alone, and then it's like prying eyes. It's like someone or someone's just like won't. It's like they keep interrupting you, whatever you're trying to do, or it's like somebody's watching you this week, and they could be like meddling, trying to meddle, or judging you, like judging your every step. If you are trying to like, you know, make something or do some things this week, it's like just this interference and judgmental, like spying, that kind of energy. You know what I mean, right? And then I also got the Sword. So this to me is like, it's basically just like the line between these two energies. It's like you want to draw a line around your inner world or your outer world, I guess, too, this week to keep all this out. So maybe it's like asking you or telling you, like, how can you this week really like ensure that you're left alone? How can you this week like set up real boundaries to ensure that the gem has space to shine, that you aren't caught up in this like swirl of, you know, ugh. Feel for you, bruh. I'll do a little clarity. Of course, the Hermit. No shit. I mean, that tells you everything, right? Yeah, you do. You have to. You have to literally hide this week. So funny. Let's do one more card and see if anything comes up. That's pretty obvious. Go into your man cave. You might have to like. God, I don't even know what people can do now. Can you go to a coffee shop to write? Like, are you even allowed to do that? Who wants to sit in a freaking mask all day in a coffee shop? Interesting. So the Six of Coins. Yeah, this is more just kind of, and it's like I don't usually interpret this card this way, but it's like she got her coins up here. She's trying to weigh her coins. She's trying to do the things, make her money, that make her happy, that just whatever she's got to do. And it's like these fish. It's like swimming. Can I have your help? Can you help me? What about me? I want your money. Like this kind of energy. Sorry. Yeah, I would just say for you, it seems just like if you can create like really strong boundaries this week and just pull up if possible, if you can get away from whoever it is. Might even just be work or something. It's like maybe you're on vacation this week and it's like your work won't stop emailing you or something. Just draw the line in the sand and like fuck them, right? It's the apocalypse. You gotta prioritize yourself these days, all right? Hello, Scorpio. So for you this week, I have the Village, the Bardo, and the Gem, which is weird because the Gem keeps popping out, and I shuffle these. It's clearly like some kind of presenting energy. It's almost like I think a lot of people might be feeling kind of torn between their inner truth and like what lights them up, what they know to be real or special about them, or like following their own path, like what lights them up, all this kind of energy. And for you, it's like this versus the tribe. The village is also kind of your comfort zone. It's like where you feel safe. It can also be physical, like your hometown. If you're going hometown this week, or like you're reconnecting with old friends this week, or like family or whatever that you don't really talk to all the time. But this could also literally be your social tribe. And the Bardo, which is a freaky ass looking card, but it's like the in between space. It's almost like you're in limbo maybe this week. It might be almost kind of like limbo and like a little feeling torn this week between doing what you want to do, the thing that excites you, and like having to do like tribe stuff. Could even be just like social obligations with people where you don't, like birthdays or something where you're like, I want to fucking do this shit, but I have to. So it's almost like your week might be monopolized by this push and pull. But I'm also like, this card, so this card is like a liminal space, but it also like weirdly to me, because it like also seems to me like people are all watching, like they're all watching what you're doing, and almost like the tribe is trying to like this might be a little bit too weird, but it's almost like the tribe is like watching you, and maybe like the tribe wants a piece of this action, or it's like this might even be like some kind of cosmic weird shit going on this week for you, where it's like you get signs from like dead relatives or something, like finding coins or whatever, almost like as a signal that you should be doing this. I'm going to clarify this because I don't think any of this probably makes sense. All right. I feel like your reading last week was kind of fucked up and intense too. I have no idea how this is tracking for any Scorpios that are watching, so if this tracks, please let me know. We've also got 10 of Swords, and we got 9 of Swords. It's intense, but I don't think that this is like happening to you. It's almost like I think that you think that this is what will happen if you go here instead of here. It's like you almost might be like this is like real persecution energy, right? Like it's like if you move in the direction that actually makes you happy, like you might be worried about persecution from the village, however that manifests. So it's like, yeah, like your tribe, your social circle. But I also drew the Knight of Wands. And so I think that this goes together with this. It's like, it looks a little stormy out there. But the Knight of Wands knows what's up. The Knight, it's just like keeping your eyes on the prize, keeping your eyes on the light. Don't worry about this. If you're dealing with like persecution, or it's just like, again, it could just be your internal projections, especially with this card. This is like kind of, it's like a veil, right? It's like this could be projection. This could be you projecting like that if you move in this direction, it will upset the apple cart, and like you could be persecuted or judged, but like that could literally just be all like a mirage, like because even if you look at this card, it's like they're trying to look ahead. I don't even know, is that a guy, I guess? It's like he's trying to like look ahead, but it's kind of hard to see, so he just has to keep his eyes on the wand, on the glowing light. So yeah, yeah, you could be dealing with literal shitty friends or parents or family or something this week. But it could just be your projections. So don't let it hold you in limbo too long. Don't let it stop you from following this. Like, just take action on this. Don't stay in this zone, because like look at it's like it's creepy little skulls just like all gathered around the gem. So the positive of this is that it could literally be from beyond. You get some kind of sign that you're moving in the right direction, but this could also just be like toxic villagers with their eyes on your gem, whatever that is. And I wouldn't take it personally. I would just, you know how villagers are. You know, they love to stab a hot cat when they're out on a tree. Anyway.